freedom is better than need'em. Okay, it's one of the laws of the jungle is that, and this is the jungle that we live in, this world. Make sure that you don't need someone else more than they need you. This is one of the unwritten, unspoken laws of the jungle, okay? Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets, Monday edition with me, your host, Marcus. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about freedom, okay? The freedom of being self-employed, but I'm not going to talk about it in the regular way. People just talk about the freedom, not the first tier freedom of just, I don't have a corporate job anymore. Okay, but before I go into that, I want to tell a quick story. So my first kind of big corporate job, I worked at Mag Mutual Insurance Company. Shout out to them. I really enjoyed working there. It was a nice time in my life, but I'm focused on the future now. But one day I was there, I was 22, 23, and I was like, I want to go on a trip. I wanted to go to Washington, D.C., Virginia area, and I went to go talk to my boss, and he was like, I was like, can I go? I was just telling him I was announcing I was going to go. I thought it would, go smoothly. I sit down in his office, and he's like, no, you can't go. I remember having this sinking feeling in my stomach, like, man, this isn't right. Like, why am I going to work here if I can't even live my life the way I want to? And that was kind of, I think that instance kind of planted the seeds for me to become self-employed. A couple of days went by, and they told me they reversed it. They're like, yeah, you can go. But that was kind of it for me. I was just like, sometimes I gotta be free, okay? And I want you to be free. One fantastic reason to be self-employed is to be free to do the things that you choose to do. And I'll be honest, it's not total freedom. There are still some constraints on what you have to do, but you do have great autonomy to do things and how you want to get things done. If you want to put your unique imprint on something, self-employment is good for you. If you don't like when people tell you no, or if you've had instances like mine where you asked to go somewhere in your workplace doesn't let you, okay, self-employment might be good for you. But as you probably heard before, discipline equals freedom, okay? You got to be disciplined. And this is going to go to my next point, okay? Okay, so why does this matter, okay? Why should you care about the freedom of money or the freedom from other people's opinions or freedom from money? It's because, look, like this camera angle, your life will get lopsided when you let money control you and you let other people's opinions control you. People are, why are you doing that? Fear of criticism, okay? At some point in time, you're going to be self-employed. You're going to do something that's going to force people to be like, what are you doing? Okay? And we got to mature and grow past that, okay? Because remember, freedom is better than need'em, okay? But don't let these things control you, all right? You should be controlling stuff. Stuff should not be controlling you. Thank you so much. Is that when you're self-employed, that there's two types of freedom that aren't talked about, okay? First of all, there's the freedom of money, and there's the freedom from other people's opinions, okay? First, I'll talk about the freedom of money, okay? Now, there's this thing, being self-employed called the money spell, okay? Basically, the money spell is where you fall underneath the spell of your client. They pay you so much money that you forget why you're there. And remember, if you're going to be successful, it comes back to discipline and fundamentals, okay? This is what Bill Belichick said, the Super Bowl winning coach of the New England Patriots. He said it goes back to discipline and fundamentals, okay? And fundamentals are those key things you got to remember, that you have a business to supply a need, to meet a need, okay? It's not to make money, okay? When the benefit becomes the thing, as I've talked about before, when the benefit becomes more important than the thing that you're doing, helping, you're in trouble. Okay, the money spell is when you start seeing all this money come in, they want you to do more, that you forget, you like the money so much that you don't want to upset them. You don't want to make them mad. And then you fall under their spell, and that's the very thing that they don't want, because they were looking for someone they can trust. When they know they can control you with external factors, money, their opinion, I'm going to get to that in a second, they can't trust you anymore, and they'll go find somebody else who they can trust. Okay, this is why you don't let money control you. That is the first thing. You got to be free from money. You got to be free from the power of money. A lot of us are controlled by money. If you freak out because you don't have a lot of money, you're controlled by money. If you get happy when you get paid at work, you're controlled by money. And I was like this for a long time too, so I'm not exempt. But I grew out of it because I learned that if I continue to love money, I can't help these people that I'm with. I'll get controlled by it the more they pay me. And so once you're free from that, you can help them, because remember, you're there to help, okay? And the second thing I want to talk about is freedom from other people's opinion. When I first quit, a lot of people, my friend group and family, they were like, what are you doing? Why are you quitting? Why are you quitting your nice job? But they didn't see what I saw. They didn't see the future. And my life is much better doing this than it was back then. And it was pretty good back then. And so I just really want you to hear me, is that freedom from other people's opinions and freedom from money will help you is a very interesting secret to being successfully self-employed. You can't care what people think. If you care what people think, you're not going to be honest with them. If you care what people think, you're not going to try a new thing. I tried something new today, and the person I was working, they said yes. Okay? I just, off the top of my head, I tried a new idea. I was like, I got to keep things fresh. Remember the 7 elements of excellence. You got to be first class, fast, full, fun, fresh, friendly, and fantastic. Today, I applied the fresh side of that. I had to do something new. If you're self-employed, you got to do something new every now and then. You can't do the same things. Like, it's like going to like the fast food restaurant. If you look at restaurants, they always change the menu every now and then. Like the McRib or something, or a Wendy's sandwich or whatever. Any restaurant, they always have to have something fresh. I saw this before, but you always got to come up with new things. And so I really want to say this today, that the purpose of this video is that if you're free from people's opinions and you're free from money, you are going to attract more success into your life because you're doing it for pure reasons. And you're going to and people like people who are genuine and pure. I know I do. And so if you're genuine and pure, you're not doing it for money. You're not doing it to take something from them. If there's a mutual benefit, I learned that when I won my scholarship. They taught us about mutual benefit, and it's just like, that stuff is going to help you, okay? But you got to be free first. And how do you become free from those things? A lot of times when you're self-employed, I didn't make like hardly any money in my first 2 years. That killed my money's controlled me, because I learned I don't have to have much money to make it as a person just by myself. And then from people's opinion, I just learned that, you know what, I have to value myself enough to where like, I'm hurting other people if I'm not myself, and I can't, because I care about other people's opinion, okay? These two things hold you back. Slavery to other people's opinions and slavery to money holds people back to a happier life. A lot of people won't quit their corporate jobs because they're afraid of that money controls them so much that they're just like, I'll never get it back, okay? And that's just a lie. Okay, you got to free yourself from money. Money's good, but it shouldn't drive your actions. Okay, you shouldn't be like, I'm not going to go on a trip because, you know, it costs X, Y, and Z, or I'm not going to be self-employed because it's going to cost me this much. I put all my savings into this, everything. I cashed in my 401k to start this business. I was like, I believe more in myself than this 401k, and it worked. 4 years later, it worked. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you to cash out your 401k, but this is what worked for me at the time. Everything's contextual. And so I just want to pass this on today, is that freedom is better than need them, okay? Don't ever need people more than they need you. This goes for anything at work, friends. Okay, this is one of the rules you got to have. You got to be in control of yourself. I'm not saying that people can't have a positive effect on you, but just don't let them control you. Don't ever let anything control you. Okay, that's called an addiction. Okay, let's stay away from that. You should be controlling money, and money should not control you, but most of us are controlled by money. I know I was for a very long time. Okay, and I didn't know until I read a book about it. So it's not, I don't have some enlightening epiphany that led me here. It's just that I've learned that being self-employed is that if you can free yourself from money hanging over you, and it's hard, if you can free yourself from other people's opinions, you will have a better life. You will make more money. You will be happier, and you can live your life on your own terms, like I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm not making this up. I've been doing this for a long time now. I know how to turn ideas into money. I've advocated that. So just check out my other videos on my channel if you enjoyed this content. But lastly, as always, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situations. You know, I have to do this because I have to move across the country because money's calling me. Money's telling me what to do. Okay, either going to tell money what to do or it's going to tell you what to do. That's one thing I've learned. Okay, or you're going to be guided by other people's opinions. He shouldn't do that. He should do this. I wonder how many people have stopped doing something because they were afraid of what somebody else would think. I'm going to tell you something. The same hallway that leads to, you know, a good life and success is the same hallway that leads to shame and embarrassment, okay? You have to be willing to, you know, take shame and take embarrassment, but a lot of us can't do that, okay? People have scoffed at me, laughed at me because like, why are you being self-employed? It's never going to work out. 97% of businesses fail or are unprofitable, okay? And I'm winning. I want to help you to win if that's what you want to do, okay? Now, I know it's hard being controlled by money and other people's opinions, but like, let's try to get better in 2022. But this is the secret for today. I give you 2 secrets. Is that don't let other people's opinions control you. Don't let money control you. You have a better life, and things will open up for you. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.